Welcome to Shadow's tutorial on VirtualBox. Today we are going to be installing Windows XP with VirtualBox. VirtualBox allows you to run multiple operating systems at one time on your host computer. It will run perfectly on Windows and Linux-based operating systems in 32-bit and 64-bit architectures. There are a few prerequisites needed for this tutorial. First, we need a copy of Windows XP. You may acquire a disk image from Pirate Bay in ISO format, which will be satisfactory for the purposes of this tutorial. We will mount this image in VirtualBox to a virtual drive that will facilitate the installation. Windows users will need to download the program, which is free, from the VirtualBox website found at the following address. Once you have brought up the page, click the download link and select the VirtualBox link for Windows hosts as seen here. Linux users can obtain VirtualBox by using the repositories by typing the following command in their terminal. You may use any package manager you choose or just download the package from the VirtualBox website. Any method will work so long as you get the version for your operating system. Once you have VirtualBox installed, run the program. You will see the main interface, which will enable you to create virtual machines on your computer system. Next, we want to create a new virtual machine by selecting New. The new virtual machine wizard will guide you through the process. Click Next. As you can see, we have the ability to install any operating system. We are going to select Windows and Windows XP, and then type a name for our machine and click Next. Now we want to assign memory to the virtual machine. We are going to allocate 1024 megabytes to this machine. Remember, memory must be set in multiples of 8. Let's create a new hard disk by checking the new startup box and click Next. Select the type of disk. We will use VDI. Now select Dynamically Allocated. We choose Dynamic because we only want to use disk space as we need it. Now we are going to choose how large we would like the disk. We will use 10 gigabytes for this demonstration. You may use any amount you wish. Our virtual machine is almost created. Click Create and create again. We now see on our list we have the machine available. Now we must tweak the settings. Click on Settings, making sure you have your machine highlighted. Next, we select the system item and disable the floppy controller. Next, select Display and move the video memory slider up to the maximum. Now click Storage. Click on the disk icon labeled Empty and then move your mouse over to the CD selector icon. Here you must choose a virtual CD or DVD. You may also use your system's main CD-ROM drive. If you have an original CD, select the first option, and browse to your disk image of Windows XP, select it and click OK. Notice that we have our image now available in the program. Finally, we want to set up our network options. Click Network and under the heading attached to, select Bridged Connection. This will give our virtual machine its own IP address on our network so that we can access it directly. There are other available options under Network. Please read the manual if you need to know what they do. Our virtual machine is now ready to start up. With our machine selected, click the green Start button to boot it up. As you can see, the system will run as if it were a real computer. The Windows setup has initiated and begins to go through the installation. I have already installed a copy of Windows XP for testing purposes. When your installation completes, you will be able to boot it up at any time as seen here. Depending on the speed of your system, your virtual machine will start up at a variable rate. This also will depend on how much memory and how many processor cores you assign. We can view the activity of the virtual devices at the bottom of the program. This tells us that they are working and available for use. Notice that the red indicator is cycling. This is basically telling us that the virtual hard drive is working correctly. We now have a fully functional copy of Windows XP running in its virtual environment. An important thing to do on these systems is to install the guest add-ons. This will facilitate easier graphics and driver functionality.